Hello and welcome along to the Project Cars 2 Virtual Racing League. Today you join us for round 10 of the virtual GT3 Championship that we're running on the Project Cars 2 Xbox platform as ever. 5-minute qualifying followed by two 20-minute races, 10 points for the winner. It's as simple as that, and some flat out racing coming up. We'll see who's on pole shortly. It is Scuderia Sam just ahead of Alex Adiel, a rare pole there for the Lamborghini man. 4 lights, 5 lights, and they're underway now, but a really fast start from the BMW driver there. Alex Adiel streaks straight into the lead, and Chris Doddy and Roger the Dodger are just in behind there. A couple of drivers going very, very wide. I think that was Stalker Brown and Twingo, and possibly Free Gazelle as well. Luke McGee's there battling in the field. Where is he? There he is in the red Lambo, just leaving plenty of room on his inside there for a very feisty Stalker Brown and Free Gazelle battle that's raging on. Alex Adiel, meanwhile, is leading the field as they go onto the Wellington Straight now. Scuderia Sam chasing hard. He's he's right over the bumper actually, and Stalker Brown going right over the grass as well. Where's he off to? He's blending in with the green grass with that green car today. And that's down the inside, Roger the Dodger on Chris Doughty. Meanwhile, we've got two battles. Oh, who's that off? Oh, is that Chris? It is Chris in the BMW. Oh dear, Chris in the first lap curse strikes again. He's off on the grass, spinning his wheels, trying to get back onto the virtual tarmac. And I think he's underway now, but he's way back down in 8th place. Meanwhile, the battle is continuing up front. Alex Adiel has got his hands full with the Lamborghini of Scuderia Sam in second, and Roger now is closing right the way in. The driver's using that green AstroTurf on the exit as they go now through Cops and through Beckett's complex. Great shot of the cars there streaking through. Slightly cold tyres, heavy fuel loads as well for this 20-minute race. So the car's a little bit of a handful on this opening lap, as you can see there, with Roger the Dodger and Scuderia Sam taking quite different lines through those corners. It looks like Roger's really on a mission here, and he's got a lot of pace. He's closed right up to the back of Scuderia Sam and Alex Adiel, and it's a three-way fight for the lead now. Meanwhile, Stalker Brown survives all that initial adventures he was having in the first few corners, and somehow he's up there in 4th place, so he'll be very happy with that. Oh, look at this now. This is a really feisty battle going on. Oh, Alex Adiel just hanging on to the back of that BMW. It tried to get away from him. Scuderia Sam looking around the outside, but no way through there. Roger the Dodger now is on the inside of Scuderia Sam and takes away that second position. Scuderia Sam forced out a little bit wide there, and they're still coming together. There's been a lot of contact between these two drivers in this championship already, but this time Roger the Dodger wins out in that particular battle as Scuderia Sam goes extremely wide there. A little bit of dirt on his tyres possibly, and now Roger's not content with second, he wants first. Oh, down the inside, trading paint with Alex Adiel's BMW now. Alex has got the inside line for the next corner. Roger's going to brave it all the way around the outside, but Alex Adiel's having none of it and forces the McLaren driver out wide, and lost momentum now, and Scuderia Sam wants a piece of the action, coming down the inside but has to get back out of it. Tucks back into the slipstream as they go now down Wellington Straight once more on lap 2. And hard on the brakes now in front of the BRDC clubhouse. Scuderia Sam is looking for the switchback. Was he going to go around the outside? Oh, and Roger saw him coming just in time there and closed the door. Very smart racing there from the two of them, and they both survive, and that's given Alex Adiel a little bit of breathing room. Oh, and as the action calms down, it's giving me a little bit of breathing room too. And joining me in the commentary is Ian. So Ian, what do you make of the opening lap skirmishes there?
Oh, it's been some terrific racing between the front three so far, and there's Sam again giving it all around the outside, and there's been a few skirmishes throughout, but it's been an entertaining start, and really some on the edge driving between the front three here in some very different cars. It gives us some very different racing, but it was a great scrap between Roger and Alex Adiel there at the front with battling and on the edge there, which is what we like to see. Meanwhile, we've got a yellow flag here with Twingo, Tastic and Free Gazelle in the Bentley tank there. That's an ominous sight in your rear view mirror coming down the straight there, but he's going for the move. Yep, he's down. Oh, just about. He went for the move there, but didn't quite have it this time, but he's still hard on it, and Twingo's gone a bit wide there, so Free Gazelle will be fancying his chances with that one. Meanwhile, back at the front, Roger is also fancying his chances on Alex Adiel. It looks like, is that Scuderia Sam? Has he gone into the pits, or has he dropped off? I think, has he taken his early pit stop and just I think so, and just decided to live to fight another day as Alex Adiel and Roger Dodger going at it. Roger's down the inside this time. Alex CDL defended that valiantly last time and made the difference, but Roger's got the advantage this time. But Alex CDL's right in the slipstream there, and in the background we've got Stalker Brown, who's not too far away either. But this has been a great battle again, as between these two as they come through Luffield and going on to the new lap. But it's been a tight battle, and provided they can keep this up, this will be going on race long. I think it's we've had some great battles between Screwdriver Sam and Roger Dodger. So this is Alex CDL with his BMW and also good to see Stalker Brown in the background as well. So plenty to look forward to in this one, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. And one of the things I love about GT3 racing is the variety of different cars and driving styles that we see, and the different strengths and weaknesses of the cars on the certain tracks that we go to. And it does provide some surprises, doesn't it? And some variation in who ends up near the front. But it looks like certainly that Roger the Dodger's McLaren is going extremely well there after he made that move on Alex CDL. He's now trying to pull away, and battling pair there going through cops as we see the flappy bumpered Lupin McGee there. He's been in the war somewhere, but Lupin McGee is not scared of a fight, is he? So he's probably been getting stuck in, and that's what we'd like to see. But Alex CDL's going to really have his work cut out now. That BMW is not the easiest thing to drive, especially in the braking zones. You can see that car just squirming away, and Alex CDL's working really hard here to keep up with Roger's McLaren, which looks an awful lot more planted in this early stages of the race. But Alex does like to hang the rear end out a little bit, so he's no stranger to fighting the car a wee bit. So you see him moving there in the fast corner. It's absolutely mental. He's really going to give Roger a run for his money. But Scuderi Sam's pitted now from this trio that we're battling, so these two are going to have to watch they don't lose too much time if they are going to make a pit stop as well on this race. If they don't make a pit stop in this race, of course it gives Scuderi Sam a little bit of an easier run in the next race. But obviously you can't count out the likes of Chris Doherty, and also, as you mentioned, Ian, Stalker Brown, who is not far off the lead at all, less than 4 seconds off the lead after, we're approaching halfway soon in this race. So he's not to be counted out, Stalker Brown. He's having a very good race up there in third, getting quietly on with it. This is Luke McGee. He's just ahead of Scuderi Sam, so Scuderi Sam flashing his lights now, wanting to come through. So he's come out in traffic at Scuderi Sam, so this might not pay off for him actually. He's still flashing his lights at his Lamborghini teammate. These two have had a little bit of history in this championship as well, haven't they? But Luke McGee leaves the door wide open there. Very generous amount of room actually. He's racing his own race today. He does not want to be involved in that particular fight. You can see just up the road from him is who is that up ahead? Is it Chris Doherty or Twingo or Free Gazelle? Anyway, it's that lot. So just up ahead from Luke McGee. That's his race today, and very sensibly he got out of that one. And Scuderi Sam now is on his way, and Alex CDL is still all over the back of Roger. So very interesting there. Roger has not been able to pull away from Alex CDL at all, and he's got that big menacing yellow banana coloured BMW. Just fighting his wing mirrors all the time, and he's probably just thinking, just leave me alone. I just want an easy win today, please.
Yeah, totally. It's quite a contrast because the McLaren looks so much more planted on the racetrack, whereas the BMW looks a bit more leery. But Alex CDL is one to make that work, as you see him getting a bit squiggly in that corner there. That's giving Roger a bit of an edge. But I suppose this somewhere like Silverstone, even on the national circuit with a relatively long straights, it's good slipstreaming opportunity, and that seems to have kept Alex CDL in the game with the opportunities that gives you, and just kind of a bit of close racing. So and of course the BMW just seems to have that nice big power that it can put down and keep in the draft, whereas the McLaren's seems a bit more planted, but it's dragging that BMW along nicely. And speaking of dragging that BMW along, here's Chris Doherty, who's had a bit of a nightmare championship in whether he's been in his Renault or his BMW. It's just not seemed to work out on this championship. So he's plugging away there with Screwdriver Sam coming up behind him, and Luke McGee taking the scenic route in the background there. So that's and here's Sam lining up the move now. Is he going to get the job done? Chris is flashing his lights, but it's like Screwdriver Sam's. He's coming. He was coming through whatever there, I think. But and he's lost it. But it's gone a bit sideways. But he's coming back across here, and Chris has got a bit of a battle on now, even though this is not kind of where he'd ultimately want to be fighting, with Sam already having his pits. But he likes to have a bit of fun, and this will be a bit of fun for him just now. It's the only fun Chris seems to have had in the GT3 Championship. He's not been a fan, so it's nice to see him getting in the mix here with Sam, even if it's only temporarily, as they get a bit robust coming through Cops there. So that's good to see, and we'll see if Sam gets the job done there. Sam's definitely wanting to get the job done now, as he's getting a bit restless there, coming stuck behind this BMW, and Roger at the front won't be liking the BMW there. So it's BMW at the front and back of the field causing a bit of mischief, but we'll see if, and here's another, speaking of which, here's another BMW of Twingo. So it's a bit of a BMW train for Sam to navigate through, so we'll see if he can get through there. And meanwhile, that's Sam's got off again, and now he's oh dear, and then he's got his Lamborghini teammate down there. So Luigi's coming down there. Oh no! Well, it had to happen again. It's been happening a few times this championship, but it's red and black Lamborghini or red and black Lamborghini again. Thankfully, that's they both seem to have survived that time without it ending in a complete disaster. But that could all change here. It's the 4-way through Cops. That's not going to work. We've seen with Verstappen and Hamilton that 2 through there doesn't work, and there we go. That's what happens. Chris is off, and Scrooge Sam's finally got the job done, but he's getting a big bump there as that definitely didn't work, and that's not the way to do it, as we see there. Oh, that's Twingo. Oh, it's all gone horribly wrong there. It just proves 4 through Cops doesn't work, and that's why.
Yeah, 4 through Cops definitely doesn't work, or well, whatever that first corner is called, turn 1. But yeah, absolutely crazy racing there. I mean, they were keeping it clean, weren't they, for a good part of that? But then ultimately it all went pear-shaped. But excellent entertainment, fantastic watching it all. And Chris Doherty really putting up a fight there. That's what we like to see. And eventually Scooter Sam managed to find his way through, and he's got a few seconds up the road now to Freakazel to try and catch him. You know, Freakazel does tend to go well later on in races, so he might not be an easy pickings either. But McGee, where did Luke McGee? He's lost a lot of time now, though. Oh no, where is he? He's not too far behind, actually. I didn't see him in that shot there, but that's Chris Doherty just getting past Twingo in the BMW battle. But it did look a little bit like, I don't know, the M4 at rush hour, didn't it, for Scuderia Sam there coming through all those BMWs. Oh, there's Luke McGee. I was wondering where he was. He's just taking the scenic route again, as you do. He's just backing out of that, though. Is he now a little bit? Because yeah, he's just maintaining the gap back to the fighting BMs in the background. But it looks like we'll have a nice little Celtic brew up again now between Luke McGee and Chris Doherty pretty shortly, so that'll be something to watch out for. Meanwhile, up front, whilst all the action's been kicking off behind, it's still 4 seconds the gap between Roger leading and Alex DL in second, so Roger's got a little bit of breathing space now with a few more laps to go. And Stalker Brown's got a nice gap. Oh, look at this now, Chris Doherty fighting back on Luke McGee, and he's got him into the last corner here. So a great manoeuvre there from Chris Doherty. I know if Luke McGee gave him a little bit of extra space there and wanting a bit of a fight. But he's all over the back now of Chris once again. Oh, Luke, he's getting the rear end out again. And that's what we like to see. He's flashing his lights at him now. It is well known fact, of course, that if you flash your lights, it gives you an extra 10 horsepower, so that's always worth remembering. Obviously, they're virtual horsepower, though. And that's looking at the battle now between Freakazel is in 4th and Scuderia Sam in 5th. So, what do you reckon? Freakazel is going to fight this one quite hard, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so. He's definitely one to give up easily. So, yeah, that's definitely. So look at Stalker Brown on the outside. It's yeah, that's and that's Scuderia Sam now. He's, yeah, you got to think Freakazel here, but Scuderia Sam with the speed he's got, yeah, you got to fancy his chances. So yeah. But
yeah, going through Beckett's now. I love that shot. That's my favourite shot, I think, of the whole circuit, is going through Beckett's there. I've actually stood at that corner in real life and watched Formula 1 cars go through there, and literally that wall is so close to the track. you're standing just metres away from the cars doing 180, 190 mile an hour into that bit. Well, Formula 1 cars are obviously. These ones probably a little bit less, 150 maybe. And Scuderia Sam, they're right on the back of Frigizel, trying to wrong foot him. Frigizel certainly is putting up a fight here. And in that big brick of a Bentley, Scuderia Sam's Lambo looks tiny, doesn't it, compared to it? It looks like a little red wasp swarming around a house. And Frigizel really being really robust here. He's definitely he's fancying a scrap, is Frigizel, in this one, and why not? There's only a few more laps to go, and he's in a very good position. Scuderia Sam's going to have to work for this one, and he's trying to wrong foot Frigizel as much as he can, but Frigizel knows where he's going to put that car. He's been racing Scuderia Sam a while now, and Scuderia Sam almost pushing him through the first corner there, and nearly came to tears there, and thankfully, for their sake and for our sake, the battle continues on, and we can enjoy watching it for hopefully a few more laps.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to see the kind of the battle between David and Goliath of the mammoth Bentley and the slightly sleeker Lamborghini. So Frigizel is definitely going to make this difficult for Sam as he goes down the could this be it here? Not quite, but Sam's gonna fancy his chances there. So he's on the outside here. So that's just gonna do not. Oh dear, that's one way of getting the job done. So he's gone a bit wide there, but he's got his way through there. But that was pretty rough going. So that was not the way he'd maybe like to do it. But he's got the job done. He'll be happy with that to be up in another place. But Frigizel is still lurking behind, and will be fancying another chance after the kind of rough way that went down.
Interesting developments going on. The two leaders, Alex and Roger, are both in the pits, or is it just Alex? I'm not sure. The timing screen's gone a bit mental. You'll have to wait for it to sort itself out. But it was certainly Alex. I saw the BMW peel into the pits there, and it might be Roger as well. Is it Roger? Where is Roger? Looking at the Silverstone tarmac right now. Now there's Roger, he's coming out of the pits. Is he going to be ahead of Scuderia Sam? It looks like it. And Alex CDL as well, perhaps. So Scuderia Sam might have really lost out here in all of that battling. That is the risk you take pitting early. You feed out into traffic and you lose a lot of time. Although, it's hard to say because the timing screen's a bit messed up. But yes, there's Alex CDL. I think Ian, Alex CDL and Roger have both jumped Scuderia Sam here, so that's not worked out for the Lambo driver.
Yeah, definitely. It's he got very unlucky when he came out in the traffic where we had that kind of four abreast, and just a few little instances held him up, and that's the risk you take going early versus maybe staying out and seeing how the race unfolds. So it's not worked out from there, but it's also just us. Oh, is that Loopy McGee? And he's in the pits, so. I think a pit stop's going to arrive from there, and it looks like he's been disqualified. So we were just saying the bad luck for Sam and his Lamborghini, and Scuderia has gone one better and got himself kicked out of the race. So not a good day for Lamborghini in the black and red cars. So just as you were saying, it's not worked for Sam there with his pit stop, and Luigi's gone one better. So disastrous day for the Lamborghini, and that's left Soccer Brown out ahead here with Roger the Dodger chasing him down, but there's 4 minutes left, so it's all to play for with the pit stops out of the way. We've got the three previous leaders on the straight there, and Stalker Brown out ahead. So now it's whether he can hold on, or if there's any last minute excitement to come. But this is a turn up for the books, and he's been the podium machine. Can he turn it into the winning machine today?
Yeah, well, correct me if I'm wrong, Ian. I don't think Stoke Brown's won a race in this championship yet, has he?
No, don't think so. I think this would be it.
He's going to be giving it absolutely all here this last lap, because this could be, if Ian and I are correct, his first win in this championship. So he's going to be giving it absolutely everything. He's got a few podiums, like you say, Ian, but he's got Roger and Alex, two of the fastest drivers in the league, bearing down on him now. in two pretty quick cars as well. So, but Stalker Brown's been driving absolutely perfect, as we said, this race. He's just been quietly getting on with it, trying to keep the leaders in sight and wait for them to make their pit stops. And now he finds himself leading the race with just half a lap to go. So I'm sure there's a lot of people here rooting for Stalker Brown to get this win. But Roger might have something else to say about that if he gets half a chance. We know Roger's a pretty keen, aggressive driver, and he'll definitely go for it if he gets half a chance. So there's Stalker Brown in the green Audi there. There is his pursuer in the background, the McLaren, with his lights on, with his extra 10 virtual horsepower, coming down the old pit straight where the old Grand Prix used to start there, heading into Cops. Alex is nowhere in sight, so I think we can count him out. But Roger the Dodger's certainly pushing on here, and he's pushing to try and catch Stalker Brown now. As Stalker Brown goes through the Beckett's Maggots complex, through Chapel Corner, and now he heads out onto the Hangar Straight, going up through the gears, and he's got his foot absolutely to the floor here. Unless he's on a pad, of course, in which case he's got his finger absolutely to the pad. But anyway, oh no, it'd be a trigger, wouldn't it? Trigger finger. But anyway, he's going for it, and he's through Stowe now, and the gap has come down to under 3 seconds, so Roger is closing in. But I think he's going to run out of time, and I think this is going to be Stalker Brown's win. I don't want to put the commentary curse on him. He's coming through the last few corners now, as long as he doesn't completely mess this up. He's taking it very cautiously, and who can blame him? Coming around the last corner now, and Stalker Brown takes the win, his first win in this championship in the Audi, and he'll be absolutely ecstatic with that one. And I'm pretty sure we've got 3 very happy drivers on the podium there, because Roger and Alex, both finishing second and third there, have closed in some points on championship leader Scuderia Sam, and their strategy worked out very well. And well, looking forward to what race 2 has to offer pretty shortly as the party starts getting underway. And we wait now for Free Gazelle to come across the line for a very well-deserved 5th place in the Bentley. The Bentley does seem to work well here. It's got very good straight line speed and is quite a fast circuit. And Free Gazelle's gelled with it very nicely in this particular race. So fair play, 5th place for Free Gazelle, top 5 finish. Chris Doughty, after being in the wars, comes through the last corner now in the BMW. Oh, he's still in the wars. That BMW just doesn't like GT3 cars very much, does he? The virtual racing driver, or should I say real racing driver, actually, of course. Coming around the last corner, and he'd be glad to get that thing over the line, I would have thought. Put him in a front-wheel drive car, he's almost untouchable, Chris Doughty. But yeah, GT3 is not his bag, is it, Ian?
No, certainly not. He's a real-life racing driver in front-wheel drive, and that's where he's more at home. So yeah, he'll be glad to just get over the finish line in this. And as we look back at another BMW coming down, it's not been their day either. Alex CDL gave them a good going up front, but even there it wasn't. And as we look at Stalker Brown doing his celebrations, and there's Scuderia Sam, who had another unfortunate race really with him, with the way his strategy worked out in traffic. So not his day, but great win for Stalker Brown, getting the win today, and that'll just reward for his efforts in this championship. So I think be many fans pleased to see that today as we see more of the celebration in the bracket.
Yeah, that's just the other driver's way of saying congratulations, Stalker Brown, just by ramming him as hard as possible. But anyway, yeah, random grid for race 2. It's Twinger 1 pole, followed by Alex CDL. 5 lights are out now, and the drivers get underway, and a lot of shifting going on here. Lots of different starting success going on. It's Stalker Brown straight into the lead. Very bad start for Twinger. Oh, very bad start for Roger as well. He's spun round. He's got it all to do now, and there's someone else spinning. Is it Chris? Possibly. Chris doesn't tend to have the best of starts. McG is all the way down in 8th as well. So there's been some real Oh, there's McG. He's on his roof. And Chris Doughty comes to help him out as he bang! Yes! Good job, Chris Doughty, getting the Lamborghini man back on his wheels again, and once again going. But anyway, back with the actual racing that's going on up front. We've got Alex CDL and Scuderia Sam, old enemies on the track and old friends as well, facing off once again in 2nd and 3rd. But race 1 winner Stalker Brown finds himself in the lead at the moment. He will have to pit, of course, and this couple of drivers right behind him. This will be a race to the flag for those two. But will they be able to get past Stalker Brown or not? I mean, Stalker Brown's got some good pace, so it won't be as easy as they might expect on some of the other tracks, and where they've had a bit of a pace advantage. So this could be a real three-way fight until Stalker Brown peels into the pits, and that might give Twingo a chance in that lovely blue. Side by side through Beckett's, and Alex CDL makes the move. Fantastic, very brave manoeuvre there from Alex CDL, very assertive, and racing room given as well by Stalker Brown, has to be said, but he's not giving up though. He's got a great run here onto Hangar Straight, and Scuderia Sam is in the middle of them almost, trying to make it 3 abreast, and he switches to the inside. He's trying to wrong foot the person in front of him. He's got all the three abreast going into Stowe. I think Stalker Brown just backs out of it, and Scuderia Sam gets that second position. Has he? No, he hasn't. Stalker Brown's still fighting it. Scuderia Sam on the grass. This is very feisty stuff for an opening lap. And down the inside now is Scuderia Sam, but side by side they go still. These corners do promote very good side by side racing, and Stalker Brown is on the inside. Is he? Just Scuderia Sam gets his nose just ahead there, but they're still at it now, going over the line, and there's virtual bollards going flying predictably. Alex CDL has got a 7/10 of a second lead, so a little bit of a breathing spot, but not much. Stalker Brown's still going to go for it down the inside. Is he? No, he just backs out of it. And I think that particular battle might be over for now, unless Stalker Brown gets a great exit here. He's still thinking about it, isn't he? And this is an excellent battle going on between these three. But yeah, he needs to think about when he's going to pit, of course, and try and he's going to have a little bit of fun before he does that. I think there's a few drivers to pit this race, so it'll be quite interesting to see what happens. And now Scuderia Sam's on the hunt for the win, or for the lead, I should say. With Alex CDL just ahead there, and you can see the different lines that the drivers take through Woodcote here as they head on to the old National Strip. But what do you make of the opening lap there, Ian, as we see them go side by side now?
Well, just first of all, Blue G got disqualified in the first race and ended up on his roof in the second, so it's been a disastrous day for him, as we've had an interesting battle at front here as Scuderia Sam proves that a red and black Lamborghini can do something right at the circuit. But yeah, it did go well, and props to Chris Doherty for his international rescue attempt there. So always good to see him after having such a bad race himself in the first race. He's seen fit to help out a fellow racing driver there, so kudos to him. But yeah, it's been speaking of which, here's Luke G at the back getting in Chris Doherty. Trying to get themselves back in the mix, having had a pretty disastrous start for both of them. So good to see them keeping each other company already. 30 seconds adrift of the rest of the field, but so hopefully have some fun at the back there. But yeah, it's been a great start from Stalker Brown, who's obviously got his win in the first race, and that's momentum's kind of carrying him forward in the second race. But needs to pit with.
Oh no!
We were just keeping each other company after the disaster start. It just keeps going. It's
bit too close for comfort.
A bit too close for comfort there, yeah, definitely. As we see Scuderia Sam and Alex CDL both got the pit stops out of the way in that race and in the first race. So it's all to play for here, and they like to tangle sometimes. So this could be more of the same as. We look at Roger, who also got a pit stop out of the way, making a move on Twingo there, but not quite getting the move done there. But it shapes him up very nicely for this. So yeah, that's looks like he should get the job done there. So Twingo's guarded nicely by Roger's just moving him out of the way there a bit, but Twingo's standing firm. So. But yeah, it looks like Roger's got into the inside now, and with the extra pace, he should get the job done there. So that's a nice move in the end with a bit of it argy-bargy. But and next up is Alex CDL on the site, who had a great battle with in the first race, and be looking to have more of the same again. As we look at, is this Chris and McGee in the back, carrying on there from bad to worse, really, for both of them there. But. Yeah, we'll see how and that's Free Gazelle drop behind now, done his pit stop. But we're looking back at Roger, who's trying to close in on Alex CDL there and continue their battle from the first race. So if the first race didn't go by, we're in for a treat again here with them both having done their pit stops this time.
Yeah, I don't even know if we can call it racing anymore between Chris and Luke and McGee is more just demolition derby, isn't it? And seeing who can take the biggest chunks out of each other. And who's the? Oh, it's Free Gazelle now. Is that Free Gazelle? Yeah, it's Free Gazelle involved in this as well. As Ian decides he doesn't like any of those breaker marker boards, so he just takes them out completely. Gets on that curb there, nearly drops the car, but gets away with it. So Free Gazelle here, making his pit stop early, has just come out into the demolition derby unwittingly. So this could be very interesting. I tell you what, I would not like to be in a demolition derby with that brick of a Bentley.
No, definitely not. It's going to do some damage, isn't it? And Free Gazelle will be thinking, what have I done here? He likes to come in and go into the soft tires, especially in the second race, and see if he can pick up some places. But he's come out in the middle of a demolition derby, as you said, and between Living G and Chris Doherty, so it's an Englishman, a Scotsman, and an Irishman. So that never usually ends well. So we'll see if Free Gazelle can get him out of that, or if he's in for a bit of a battle. But Chris Doherty and Luke McGee have been having a bit of fun at the back here, and Luke's to continue, and Free Gazelle's just like, get me out of here, I'm still racing here. So this could be a bit of fun at the back here, but we'll see how it goes. But it's Chris. Oh, he's getting sideways and he's across. And he's getting back on the track. Oh, just missed Free Gazelle there, and Luke G takes a wide line, getting round the outside, and he's gone off as well. So as you say, don't know if you can call it racing, but it's certainly very entertaining to watch as they both put the absolute limit. Meanwhile, in the actual race, we've got Roger and Alex Dale continuing their close quarters combat, and Stocker Brown just ahead, and Screwdriver Sam's made a bit of a break for it with Stocker Brown, of course, having to pit. So Screwdriver Sam's managed to make a bit of a break for it, and getting back to the here's Free Gazelle and Luke McGee's coming, trying to get a slipstream on him. He's going for the move there. He's gone there, and he's trying to get down the inside, but Free Gazelle closed the door there, and he's managed to maintain his position. Meanwhile, Chris Doherty in the background is taking the scenic route and coming back on for it with a slightly different line of attack on Luke McGee. So we'll see if he can get the job done there. Sadly entertaining, but it's I think we've crossed into another realm now.
Yeah, Free Gazelle just must be looking in his mirrors and thinking, please, I just need to get away from these two as quickly as possible. Please leave me alone. I've got my own race here. But these two are none of it, are they? The Scotsman and the Irishman are like, nah, you're in our race now. We're going to have a piece of you as well. Why not? So I think he's definitely regretting his life choices right now and fitted and come out into this. Oh, and down the inside, Luke McGee is going to take no prisoners, is he? He's going to get pushed a little bit wide there. This is going to give the very slidey, I should say, Chris Doherty to try and get through in the BMW there. But there's no way through this time, so he's going to have to wait for, I think, the chicane. Chris, and I thought Luke McGee there was just going to get a bit sideways, but it's actually Chris now who's gone very sideways and somehow manages to keep out of the barrier and not lose much time at all. And Luke McGee and Free Gazelle now going slightly wide. I don't know what circuit these guys are on. I think they're on the Rallycross circuit or something, because it's definitely not Silverstone International circuit anymore that these three are on. And Chris Doherty now is deciding to give Luke McGee a little bit of a bump draft, I think, down the straight. Is he going to send it down the inside? No, he's too sensible to do that. He's a real life racing driver, so he'll wait for the opportune moment. And Luke McGee doesn't wait for the opportune moment to send the virtual fans into a crazy excitement with some sideways action.
No, he certainly doesn't. That's certainly one of his things, and he doesn't disappoint there. And as you say, Free Gazelle and this must be like, what have I done here? It's not worked out for him at all. But
quick question, Ian. What's happened to Alex DL? He's dropped behind Roger and Stoker Brown. Whilst we were watching the other race, we missed out on this race.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I've not seen it, but he certainly dropped back a bit. I mean, him and Roger were on a really good pace, but it's something's gone wrong there, because he was showing good pace in the first race with Roger and then good pace again, but something's not quite worked out for him there, and he's dropped back. So Yeah, hard to say because we've been focused on this rather insane battle at the background, and it continues with Chris Doherty now making a move on Luke G, and they're still keeping close tabs on poor Free Gazelle, who must be wondering what he's done to deserve this. Here he is just trying to have a normal race, make a pit stop and pick up some places with an alternate strategy, and Luke G and Chris Doherty are just absolutely raining chaos on his day as Luke G looking down the inside.
Oh,
no! They've got to make contact there, and it's a yellow flag. So, oh dear, that's definitely not what Free Gazelle wanted on his alternate strategy, and just had a mad coming together there with Luke G, and it's all gone wrong for him.
Yes, that's definitely putting it mildly, Ian. It's definitely gone terribly wrong for Free Gazelle. I think you could see that coming at some point, though, couldn't you? I mean, he just didn't have the pace really over them to break away, even on those soft tyres there. And he just got absorbed into that battle. And three-way battles that get that feisty over many laps normally end in some sort of carnage. But it looks like Free Gazelle now is back on the bumper of Chris Doherty, who's driving quite slowly through that corner. It looks a bit slow there. So Free Gazelle's going past. I think he's just dropping back so that he can continue his race-long fight with Luke McGee there. So the Celtic battle brews on once again. And we're back as we were, basically, in the lap before. So no harm done, really, apart from Free Gazelle's chances of catching anyone else up ahead, such as Stalker Brown or Twingo. But Stalker Brown, actually, talking of which, has made his pit stop now, so he's dropped back to 5th place. I think he's actually in the pits potentially right now, so we'll have to wait and see how far behind Twingo he is and whether he can catch up. We're over halfway through this race now, which has had so much action already, and Chris Doherty's still trying to find a way through Beckett's there. I think they're just trying to be as adventurous with their overtaking manoeuvres as possible now. What's the most unlikely corner for an overtake? I think Chris will just go for it, and vice versa. But back up front, it's Scuderia Sam and Roger. 5 seconds as a gap now, so Roger 7 tenths quicker on the last lap, so it could be in for a real fight for the win here, going down to the line in the last few laps. So that's one to watch out for. And Alex CDL in third, just 10 seconds off the lead too. So that's brewing up nicely as well, isn't it?
It sure is, and we've still got this battle at the back that's just anyone's game at the moment. Despite Chris and despite Luke McGee and Free Gazelle having a major coming together last time across the line, they've grouped up nicely again. Free Gazelle's got a bit of a break, but he's not been able to shake them off this race, and it's plenty still to happen. I think the way and here's Chris Doherty down the inside, and you just don't know what can happen here now with the way this is all gone down, but. Certainly been interesting, and Free Gazelle's made a wee mistake. He's on in the grass there, and this is put him under attack from Chris Doherty, and Luke G's down the inside and punted him off wide. Oh, I thought he was going to come on by it there, but he thought better of it, and he's lost 2 places there though, so he won't be liking that, having already had it coming together a few times. It's knocked out from Free Gazelle again there. You can hear the sound of that Bentley burbling in the background. It's lovely to hear, but he won't be like, oh dear. No! Somehow, Luke McGee, despite helping Costa, has come off the better there, having got into the side. It's put Free Gazelle wide, and Chris has had to do a pirouette to come back around, and Luke McGee's made a break for it. So could that be what they need to separate this as we go into the last 7 minutes of the race? But that's another mishap in that reign of chaos at the back there.
That was just comically criminal there from Luke McGee. He caused absolute carnage wherever he went through that corner, and then just left the scene. So hilarious to watch. Free Gazelle, I don't know, he just sort of, he kind of left the scene as well, didn't he? He just went straight into the gravel and then just disappeared. I mean, he's clearly still circulating, so he's managed to get back on the track. But it was like a scene from Back to the Future, that was. You just saw the tracks through the gravel, and then his car just went. He must have hit 8 miles an hour finally. But anyway, Roger the Dodger riding the curves nicely in the McLaren there. That McLaren is just so compliant, isn't it, over the curves? It's such a such a smooth car compared to this thing, for example, Alex CDL's Banana BMW, which is not compliant normally. But it didn't look too bad actually through that corner. They're both chasing after Scuderia Sam, who's decided to pick up the pace a little bit. So the last time around he went 9/10 faster than the lap before this Scuderia Sam. So either he had an error the one before, or he's just toying with the pace a little bit and he's got plenty in hand. But look, it's looking good so far for the Lamborghini driver to pick up another win here and consolidate the lead at the top of the championship. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. It's quite rare that we don't have any action right at the end, as Chris Doherty decides to try and do some Tokyo drifting halfway down the straight with Gazelle. I think these three now, it's not about speed anymore, is it? It's just about complete fun, basically, at the in this particular race anyway. And obviously they're all very competitive drivers and they're all want to win, but at this stage of the race I think they're just out there to enjoy and have a bit of fun.
Yeah, definitely. I think in Luke McGee's case, having been disqualified from the first race and starting on his roof in this one, he'll just be happy to be in a bit of a battle, bit of fun with some of the guys, and just trying to keep the crowds happy, and that's what it's all about. And that's certainly how Luke McGee's gone about his race today, and indeed Chris as well. Whereas Gazelle's just the wrong man in the wrong place at the wrong time. But it's been good. Yes, indeed. But it's been good fun for all, and that's what we like to see. That's what this is all about. So, and then here's Twingo in a rather nice fourth position. He'll be enjoying that. He's got Stalker Brown, the race one winner, chasing him down, but he'll be quite happy with this performance if he can keep it going. And that's meanwhile they've got Roger, who's not got the pace to catch Sam now, but certainly has shown some good pace today and had some good battles with Alex CDL, who's ultimately come out on top of in this one. Meanwhile, we're back with the ever eventful Chris Doherty, who's closing down on Luke McGee again. Luke McGee made a wee break after his rather criminal assassination attempt, but here's Chris Doherty.
I think he succeeded. I don't think it was an attempt.
Well, Chris could get the last lap here as he lines up a manoeuvre on the Lamborghini. He's down the inside, and we're going on to last lap, so it's all to play for. And this battle that just keeps on giving could have one final twist here.
It could do, and the classic line trying to wrong foot Luke McGee in the inside, and he's got him. That was a perfectly executed manoeuvre there from Chris Doherty, and it's something that we do see a lot of in those corners. The BMW though, he decided that that was a little bit too much skill on display and decided to try and kill its driver, as that BMW tends to do, and that's allowed the Scotsman back through in the Lamborghini. Now Chris Doherty looking on the inside. It's very brave manoeuvre, this is fantastic move there, and Luke McGee sees him come in and doesn't turn in and decides to fight on for the next few corners, and this is going to go all the way to the line, I would have thought. This is fantastic action. They've basically been inseparable the whole race, haven't they? Even when they've had crashes, they've just glued back together again, and somehow they're ahead of Gazelle, whose soft tyres must have gone off. And that's Luke McGee did he have a half spin or did he have a full spin? I think it was a half spin, but that's put him off the back of Chris now, and this has put him under real significant pressure from Gazelle, who those soft tyres have definitely gone off on that thing. Otherwise he'd be a lot faster than he is, because we know he's a quick driver, especially around this circuit in that car. But he's going to fight this all the way to the line now through the last few corners. Is he going to send it down the inside? No, he's thinking of the outside by the looks of it. Interesting. Is he going to try and stick it right round or cut back? He's going to cut back over the curbs, but he's running out of time now. They got one more lap actually, have they? Oh yes, they got one more lap, sorry. This is the leader, Scuderia Sam. He's on the last lap, and he's pulled some more time out of Roger there, who must have made a mistake the last time around, because he was a second slower than he usually is. But Scuderia Sam here is going to make amends for race one and pick up a win by the looks of it. And yeah, it seems to be all plain sailing for him, doesn't it, compared to the battles we've seen further down the field. And it looks like Stalker Brown has just nicked a position of Twingo as well. So Twingo was in that fourth position. It looks like Stalker Brown just nicks that one, unless Twingo can fight back. I think they're quite close on the circuit still, so we'll have to wait and see how that resolves itself, that particular battle. Roger in second there, he'll be happy with that. Take second, 2 podiums in those 2 races at the circuit, and Alex CDL picking up third there. So Great racing all round from the top ones, but the real action's been behind, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. That battle for sixth place was what it was all about today, and we certainly got our entertainment value there, even if it was a bit chaotic, but certainly entertaining to watch. And here's Stalker Brown, who's got a win today and coming through for a nice fourth place, so he'll be quite happy with that. Very happy with that, given how well the championship's gone for him. It's another fine performance there. And
Twingo as well.
Twingo will be very pleased with that. It's a solid fifth place. And meanwhile, the chaotic gang at the back as looks like it's settled with Chris getting the better of Lupi Winchi and Free Gazelle just in the background there. So top entertainment today, even if it was a bit wacky races at times. But
this is extremely civilised. This is the most civilised it looks between these three.
Yep, it's like they probably don't realise the cameras have been on them the whole race. I think like this is their moment to just behave and look sensible and stately. But our race directors got them out today, and we got the full story. But yeah, this is very nice of them, looking all prim and proper as they come across the line. But the reality's been a bit different today, and we certainly enjoyed that as Free Gazelle gets across the line just before more chaos ensues, and it's Scrooge Sam at the front spinning.
Yeah, so we haven't got the standards to show you this time around, so bear with us and watch the next time out to see what the stands are looking like. And there's only 1 or 2 rounds left in the championship now, so it's going right down to the wire, and a lot of points still on offer, a lot of positions still to resolve. So thank you for watching from me and myself, and we'll see you next time.